Welcome to the Deep Dive. Ready to explore some fascinating AI today?
It's always excited to dive in.
Perfect. So we've been digging into an essay on AIVIPS.org about this guy, Deepayan Chakrabarti, and wow, he's done some seriously cool stuff.
Oh, absolutely. His work is like everywhere in our digital lives, like how we search online or how we get those, you might also like, recommendations.
It's kind of wild when you think about it, right? So
Okay.
today's mission, uncovering not just what Chakrabarti achieved, but how it impacts you.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. So rewind back to his early days. We're talking Indian Institute of Technology. Even then, he was all about problem solving, especially with making algorithms for distributed systems super efficient.
Yeah, that focus on efficiency, on making things work smoothly across tons of computers.
Wow.
Total foreshadowing for how huge data is in AI today.
Right, like he was setting the stage, then boom, it's off to Carnegie Mellon.
Oh, CMU, a total hotbed for AI research.
I bet the ideas were just flying around there.
Definitely. And CMU is known for its interdisciplinary approach, which probably had a big influence on Chakrabarti. He didn't just theorize, he built solutions for real-world problems.
Okay, so picture this. Chakrabarti at CMU, surrounded by geniuses.
Yeah.
And what does he dive into?
Graphs.
Graphs.
Now, I know, it might sound a bit technical.
But trust me, it's super cool. Basically, think about networks of interconnected points.
Like social media, right? Each person's a point, and their connections are the lines between them.
Exactly. Or even the internet itself, one giant graph. And Chakrabarti, he was fascinated by analyzing these massive interconnected webs of data.
And it's not easy. We're talking scalability, the challenge of handling insane amounts of data efficiently.
Like if you wanted to map out all of Facebook's connections, billions of users, trillions of interactions, mind-boggling.
Absolutely. And Chakrabarti, he figured out how to make sense of it all, quickly and effectively.
Color me impressed. How'd he do it?
Well, he developed some groundbreaking techniques. Graph clustering, for example, which helps identify communities within a network.
So like finding groups of friends within Facebook.
You got it. And then there's graph embedding. Think of it like transforming a super complex graph into something a computer can easily analyze.
Graph embedding. Maybe need a little more on that one.
Okay, imagine a map of a huge city with every tiny street and alleyway. Totally overwhelming, right? Graph embedding is like making a simplified map that just shows the major landmarks and routes.
Gotcha. So it's about simplifying without losing the important stuff. That makes sense. And this simplification, I bet it's connected to how we get those recommended for you lists we see everywhere online.
You bet it is. This is where Chakrabarti's work goes from simply understanding data to actually using it to personalize our digital experiences.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
We'll dive deeper into that right after.
Whoa, cliffhanger. All right, listeners, we'll be right back with more on Deepayan Chakrabarti and his awesome work in AI. Don't go anywhere.
And it's not just like, here's something you might like. It's way more than that. It's personalized content delivery, which is a whole other level.
Okay, I'm all ears. Personalized content delivery. What that mean in plain English?
So it's basically taking recommendations and making them super tailored to you, like a truly customized experience.
So not just people who bought this also bought that. More like, based on everything we know about you, you'll probably love this.
Exactly. And Chakrabarti, he created these super smart hybrid algorithms that combine what people like with the actual features of the items.
That explains those recommendations that are so accurate they're almost creepy. Like, how do they know?
No, that's Chakrabarti in action. And it's not just books or movies. Think Amazon, Netflix. They've been totally revolutionized by this kind of thinking. Even how we interact on social media is shaped by these principles.
Wow. So these behind-the-scenes algorithms are kind of running the show, huh? It's pretty amazing.
It is. But let's not forget Chakrabarti's work with search engines too, like how we navigate that massive amount of information online.
Right, because every time we Google something, there are algorithms working hard to sift through billions of web pages.
And Chakrabarti's work, it's all about making that process super efficient and accurate, so you're not drowning in irrelevant links.
So he's like a digital librarian helping us find the exact book in a massive library.
Exactly. But this library is constantly growing, so the challenge is huge.
Right. Nobody wants to wait forever for a search engine to load.
Nope. We want answers fast. And Chakrabarti totally got that. He built algorithms that can handle those massive tasks by splitting them up across lots of computers.
So it's like having a whole team of super fast librarians, each one an expert in their own area, working together.
perfect analogy because speed matters, but so does accuracy, right?
Okay.
We want the right results, not just fast ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure the results are actually relevant and reliable?
Well, remember PageRank, that early Google algorithm that ranked websites? Chakrabarti's work built on that, but he also found ways to fight spam and make those results more trustworthy.
So it's not just about finding information. It's about filtering out the junk and finding sources you can actually rely on.
Exactly. He even tackled query expansion, which is how search engines try to figure out what you really mean, even if your search terms aren't perfect.
Okay, query expansion. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
So, say you search for machine learning. A search engine, using Chakrabarti's work, might suggest related terms like deep learning or AI algorithms, even if you didn't type those in.
So it's like reading between the lines, understanding the bigger picture of what I'm searching for.
Exactly. And that makes it so powerful. It's not just giving you information, it's guiding you toward a deeper understanding.
It's like a personal research assistant. But speaking of understanding, let's switch gears a bit. What about the ethical side of AI?
Oh, this is a big one. Chakrabarti realized that AI isn't just about cool technology, it's about making sure it's used for good.
Right, because a powerful tool can be used in all sorts of ways, not all of them good.
Exactly. He's a huge advocate for building AI that's transparent and accountable. We should know how these systems are making decisions and who's responsible when things go wrong.
Right, so it's about being able to look under the hood and make sure the inner workings of these algorithms are open to scrutiny.
Absolutely. And it's not just transparency, it's also about making sure these AI systems are fair and unbiased.
That's super important. We've seen cases where AI reflects the biases in the data it was trained on. How do we fix that?
Well, Chakrabarti developed techniques to identify and reduce bias. It involves really digging into the data that's used to train these algorithms, making sure it represents diverse groups of people, and constantly watching for any signs of discrimination.
So it's not just set it and forget it. It's constantly checking and making sure the AI aligns with our values.
Exactly. And that takes a lot of work, not just understanding the technology, but also its potential impact on society.
Yeah, we're in uncharted territory with AI. It's exciting, but we need to proceed carefully.
Absolutely. And Chakrabarti's work is a great example of how to move forward ethically. It shows that we can advance AI and still build a future where technology benefits everyone.
Inspiring stuff. So to sum it up, what are some key takeaways from Chakrabarti's work that our listeners can take with them?
Well, AI is clearly super powerful with the potential to change almost every part of our lives. From how we get information to how we interact with the world, AI is shaking things up.
And it's not just about the tech itself. It's about using it responsibly and ethically, making sure it serves humanity, not the other way around.
Exactly. We need to be critical, asking tough questions about fairness, transparency, and accountability. We need to demand more from the people developing this technology, making sure it aligns with our values and helps create a better future for everyone.
It's a call to action for all of us. We can't just sit back and let AI happen. We have a role to play in shaping how it develops.
Right. And understanding how AI works, its potential, and how it's being used, that's where it starts.
Knowledge is power, right? The more we know about AI, the better decisions we can make about it.
I couldn't agree more. And resources like that essay on AI.vips.org, that's a fantastic way to learn more about the field and the brilliant minds shaping it.
So, to wrap things up, keep exploring the world of AI. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep talking about how we want AI to shape our future.
You know, it's amazing to think about how much one person's work can impact the world. Like, we use AI every day, and we don't even realize it half the time.
Right. But behind every simple interaction, there's years of research and all these crazy complex algorithms.
Exactly. And Chakrabarti, he helped lay that foundation. But his work also shows that AI is more than just, like, lines of code.
Yeah, it reflects our values, right? Like what we think is important as a society.
Totally. And that brings up a big question. Are we using AI ethically?
The big ethics question. Because we've seen cases where AI systems, well, they haven't exactly been fair.
Right, like reinforcing existing biases or making decisions that seem totally random with no explanation. Exactly. That's why transparency and accountability are so crucial, which is what Chakrabarti keeps pushing for. We need to be able to look inside these systems, understand how they work.
So we're not just taking their word for it.
Right, like having a clear set of rules, guidelines for how AI should operate. It's not just about what AI can do, it's about what it should do.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure that happens?
Well, it takes a shift in thinking. We have to move beyond just the technical side of AI and consider the bigger picture, its impact on society.
And that takes everyone working together, right?
Absolutely. Technologists, ethicists, policymakers, even the public, we all have a role to play.
Because AI is constantly evolving, so the conversation has to keep evolving too.
Totally. We can't let our guard down. We have to keep looking for potential risks and making sure AI is being used for good.
It's like we're exploring this new frontier, full of possibilities, but also potential dangers.
Exactly. And Chakrabarti's work gives us a roadmap, showing that progress and ethics can go hand in hand.
Well said. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Deepayan Chakrabarti's world, if you're itching to learn more, that essay on AIVIPS.org is a great place to start.
Definitely. It's a great way to dive deeper into this amazing, constantly changing field.
Remember, AI isn't just some separate thing. It's a reflection of us. The choices we make today will shape the future of AI.
So let's make sure we're building a future where AI empowers us, makes our lives better, and helps create a more just world.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll be back soon to explore more groundbreaking ideas shaping our world.
Until then, stay curious.